here are 26 tips you need for your next trip to the Nether. Number 1. Have you ever been stuck in the Nether with no fuel source and no way to cook your food? Rather than eating it raw, you can utilize another source of energy, lava, which just so happens to be the most fuel-efficient fuel in the game, lasting for 1,000 seconds, and you get to keep your bucket after. Number 2. If you don't have a boat or a powdered snow bucket to save you from falls, luckily, warped forest biomes spawn twisting vines, and crimson forests spawn weeping vines. Both vines can be used to make you take 0 damage. Just make sure that you're quick enough. Number 3. Walking on soul sand can be quite painful, especially considering how slow it makes you, which is a good reason for making this investment. In Java Edition, by getting some gold and trading with piglins, you can get the Soul Speed enchantment. In Bedrock, this can be found in Bastion remnant chests. This enchantment will let you run roughly 60% faster on soul sand, saving a whole lot of time. Number 4. Snow can be useful aside from MLG clutches in the Nether. This is because snowballs actually damage a blaze. Although I do have to admit it's not the most efficient weapon, requiring a whopping 7 snowballs per blaze. However, you can use this tactic in a pinch, and it's quite fun to try. Number 5. And while you're at that Nether fortress, why not set the middle of the path on fire? Yeah, it sounds odd, but it works. If you do this, the wither skeletons and other mobs will be forced to move to the side away from the fire, which will give you the perfect angle to knock them straight off of the ledge into the lava. Number 6. After creating your first Nether portal, once you enter the dimension, cover it up with some cobblestone. Be sure to add an entrance and exit that is easily accessible. While it seems useless now, if you're ever running from a bunch of mods on low health, you'll be thankful that your portal is protected. Number 7. I know none of you have thought of this one, but it's important. While you're packing for your next Nether trip, bring a saddle and a fishing rod. Once you find a warped fungus in the Nether, combine it with your rod to make a warped fungus on a stick. Now, you can ride striders across the lava, saving both your time and the blocks that you would have used to pillar across. Number 8. If you find yourself getting lost in the Nether, try using a lodestone to find your way back home. Whenever you place a lodestone, your compass will point towards it, so you can place it at another fortress, bastion remnants, or wherever you need to find in a hurry. Number 9. Use a bow or a crossbow. Fortunately, crossbows are easy to attain in the Nether. In Bedrock Edition, you can find crossbows in Bastion remnant chests. In Java Edition, piglins have a 50% chance to spawn with a crossbow and an 8.5% chance to drop it, so your odds are actually pretty good. Rather than trying to fight off gas by deflecting their fireballs, use a crossbow instead. Number 10. Traveling in the Nether can take ages, especially if you do it often. Therefore, you should save some time by creating an ice bridge. Not only can you spam jump on it to run extremely fast, but a boat on ice will travel some of the fastest speeds you've ever experienced. Just make sure there are no bright lights nearby that will cause the ice to melt. Number 11. Whenever you are in a fortress with the goal of fighting some blazes, quickly build a 2x2 wall on the staircase right in front of the spawner. This helps so that whenever you get low on health and need to heal, you can quickly get out of the fight to regenerate. It'll also prove useful in the event that you catch on fire and need to cool off. Number 12. If piglins are chasing you and you don't have enough gold to make some armor, but still have at least 1 gold ingot, you might want to just throw it at the piglin. Now, I know what you're thinking, I could have used that gold ingot. However, the sacrifice will make for a useful distraction. The piglin will be occupied by it for at least a few seconds. Meanwhile, you'll be escaping untouched. Number 13. Looting bastion remnants can be tough, but if you know what you're looking for, these structures are a literal gold mine. Look for polished chiseled blackstone, quickly mine it, and it usually has a gold block underneath. This is perfect for accumulating a substantial amount of gold, and the polished chiseled blackstone looks just like a pig's snout, so it's pretty hard to miss. Number 14. Have you ever been searching for a Nether fortress for ages without success? Well, this is the one for you. The Nether fortress most commonly spawns in the Nether waste biome, which you might not know about, but it looks like this. So keep an eye out for it. Moreover, fortresses often spawn northeast of where your portal is. Keep this in mind next time you're on the hunt. Number 15. Next time your nether portal breaks and you don't have a flint and steel to get back, don't worry. The nether contains everything you need in both Bedrock Edition and Java Edition. Flint and steel has a 19% chance to spawn in nether fortresses. While not the best odds, you're sure to find it eventually. Number 16. The easiest way to find a ton of netherite is to bring a whole lot of beds and TNT with you. They both explode a lot of netherrack. However, they won't break ancient debris, since it's just as blast resistant as obsidian, making it the perfect tool for mining. Beds might be easier to make, but you can sure bring a lot of TNT with you. Number 17. When you have no skeleton grinder, bone meal can be really hard to acquire, especially since the composter gives you barely any. However, you can find stacks of it in the nether. Just head over to your local soul sand valley and there will be tons of bone blocks everywhere. Every one of these blocks can be crafted into 9 bone meal. Talk about a deal. Number 18. If you find yourself in another waste biome and you spot some zombie piglins, make sure not to hit them by accident. You are going to cause yourself quite the trouble when dozens of these mobs start swarming you with their golden swords. It's better to just leave these ugly mobs alone. Number 19. Towards the end of your world, after you've beaten all the bosses, you might want to build yourself a zombie piglin farm. Rather than the zombie piglin chasing you, why not chase them back? Zombie piglin farms are quite useful because they will drop gold ingots and nuggets, crossbows, gold weapons, as well as a ton of other great drops. Number 20. Speedrunning the game can be quite easy for some people, but for most of us, it's an overwhelming hurdle. Next time your speedrun is in shambles and find yourself near a warped forest biome, try looting it for pearls. Endermen spawn like crazy in this biome, and there's a lot less luck involved than relying on this pesky piglin for a trade. Just don't expect some kind of world record. Number 21. Stealing is always immoral, and something you definitely shouldn't do. However, sometimes it's a quick way to get some valuable gear. Rather than spending hours mining for netherite, why not just steal it? That's right, some bastion remnants will have netherite ingots in the middle of them, which may even include diamond armor and other goodies. Just make sure you're actually in the treasure room or you won't be as lucky. Number 22. We recommended the lodestone earlier, but maybe you're a bit too lazy to build that block. In that case, you can simply take a screenshot at your nether portal to remember its location. It's certainly not going to be convenient to dig up that photo, but you'll be lucky you had it as a last resort when you're lost. Number 23. There's no need to be afraid of ghasts. They aren't nearly as terrifying as you think. According to C418, these seemingly scary sounds were actually taken from his pet cat while sleeping. So worry less about the sounds and more about reflecting those fireballs on time. Number 24. Traveling in the overworld can be long and annoying, so save yourself the time by traveling through the nether instead. 1 block in the nether is equivalent to 8 whole blocks in the overworld. I hardly need to explain why that's a good bargain. If you make a portal 100 blocks away from your current one, you can travel 800 blocks, or 8 times quicker. Number 25. You can solve the double task of bartering with piglin and feeding yourself. Luckily, the golden apple and golden carrot can both be used for food and for trading with these mobs. It doesn't sound very tasty to eat that gold, but at least the piglins are offering something for it. Number 26. It's a bit annoying to make, but a fire resistance potion will be an invaluable resource of the nether. With just a water bottle, nether wart, and magma cream, you can set up with a true lifesaver. Whenever you fall in lava, quickly drink the potion and you'll be able to swim away like nothing happened. With that, folks, hit the like and subscribe button if you found these nether tips to be useful, and click the video on screen for some more tips about how you can play Minecraft the right way. Thank you for watching.